when Jesus gets involved. I want to tell you the story of Jesus' first miracle. But before I do, I'm going to perform an amazing feat of magic. And those of you who have seen this magic before have to be quiet. Give away my secret, okay? So, in this picture, I have a very ordinary pitcher of water. And I need a volunteer who will taste the water just to be sure that I'm not doing anything strange.
Yes.
Just tell me if that's water. It's water. It's definitely water. Great. Okay. Well, when Jesus went to his first wedding, well, we don't know if it's his first wedding, but he went with some of his friends. How many disciples did Jesus have? He had 12. Well, at this wedding, the Bible tells us 6 of them were with him at the wedding. And in Jesus, half of them, all right, good math. Half of them were with him. Now, in these days, in Jesus' days, when you had a wedding, it wasn't like just going to a wedding reception for a few hours. You would have a party that would last for days, like a whole week. And people would be at your house for a whole week. Whoa. And you had to feed them, and you had to make sure that they had the very best food. Because if you ran out of food, or if the food wasn't good, or in those days, adults would drink wine at wedding receptions. And remember, wine is an adult beverage. Wine is for adults. Well, at Jesus' wedding, the servants knew that they were about to run out of wine. And Jesus' mom was there, Mary. You've heard of Mary?
Yeah.
And Mary knew that Jesus was one day going to be somebody pretty special. And she thought, well, maybe he can help. So she went over to him and said, Jesus, they're running out of wine. And he's like, Mom, it's not really the time for me to be doing this. So what she did is she went to the servants and she said, you do whatever he tells you to do. So Jesus, later in the evening, when he realized that they were about to run out of wine, went to the servants and he said, fill those pots with water. That's all he said. Fill the pots with water. And guess what? They didn't ask a question. They filled the pots with water. I'm filling the pot.
I'm just guessing.
And Jesus didn't touch the pot. But since I'm not Jesus, I need a little help.
Not even Mary.
Not even Mary. No divinity at all. Yeah, but you get the point, right? So, now imagine it's not Pastor Terry, but imagine it's Jesus who's at the wedding. What do you think people would have done? No. If the servants started pouring water into these pots, and then they started serving wine, it's Kool-Aid, wouldn't that be, according to your word, amazing? All of a sudden, what if you went to your pitcher at home and took a bottle of water, and you started pouring it to a cup, and all of a sudden it's Kool-Aid, no mix inside? Wouldn't that be amazing? Yeah. It would be kind of creepy, too. Did you tell anybody about what happened? Well, let me tell you what happened at Jesus' wedding. His disciples already knew he was somebody special. And because they saw what he had done just by telling people what to do, the Bible tells us that because of this miracle, they believed in him. And so they began telling everybody they knew what had happened at this wedding in Cana of Galilee. Has Jesus ever done anything cool for you? Have you ever prayed for something and it happened?
I've been praying and nothing has happened.
Yeah, keep praying. Adults will tell you, just keep praying. Well, this is the very first amazing thing that Jesus did. And from that point on, people started to go where Jesus was. It was as if they knew that if he could do this, he could do many more amazing things. So, Jesus does amazing things. It may not be Kool-Aid, it may not be wine, but if we believe that Jesus can do amazing things, guess what?
He can.
He can. Excellent. Thank you for that closing.